Well, thank you for your inputs, Payal. Moving on here on the Nation at 5.
Everything from Cambridge Analytica to Sonia Gandhi's hate speech, all of it will be investigation.
Welcome back. Now it's become a big, huge political fight there. This entire Facebook standoff or the face-off between the Congress and the BJP, and this is we have the Trinamool Congress also jumping in. This is a day after the Wall Street Journal reported that Facebook opposed applying its hate speech rules to entities linked to the BJP. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi alleged that the BJP controls the social networking site along with WhatsApp to spread fake news in order to influence the electorate. Now, the BJP quickly hit back via Union IT Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad, who said, and I quote, "Losers who cannot influence people even in their own party keep cribbing that the entire world is controlled by the BJP and the RSS," unquote. The war of words erupted after the newspaper reported that, citing business imperatives, Facebook's top public policy executive in India opposed applying hate speech rules to at least 4 individuals and groups linked to the BJP. This despite the fact that they were flagged internally for promoting or participating in violence. Now, here is the BJP's 10-point defense. Ludicrous to suggest Facebook is controlled by the BJP. Facebook took down 700 pages of nationalist narrative in 2019. Facebook has always targeted pages by special interest groups. Non-left publications also taken down by the Facebook. Point number 5, Constitution decides what is a hate speech. Point number 6, Sonia Gandhi's divisive speech was streamed live on Facebook. 7, Sonia Gandhi's divisive speech led to riots, death and destruction. Point number 8, Congress using friendly media to push false narrative. 9, Congress caught red-handed with Cambridge Analytica and Facebook and the involvement. 10, Congress can't control its own netas, so crib about BJP and RSS. This is what the BJP's IT media chief had to say.
Amit Malviya, now you accuse the Congress party, but they have several more questions to ask from you. They accuse you of influencing social media. They accuse you of using social media. How do you react?
Well, it's not quite possible to influence social media with such a large mass of people on it. As far as the allegations that the Congress party has made are completely unsubstantiated, because in the run-up to 2019 again, Facebook clamped down on about 700 pages. Most of it were aligned to a more nationalist, conservative worldview. the communities ran into millions of people, and it in some way did impact the BJP in some senses. So if the Facebook was amenable and aligned to us, that would not have happened. I think if they want to take it up to the parliamentary committee, it's their prerogative. But once the matter comes in front of the parliamentary committee, everything from Cambridge Analytica to Sonia Gandhi's hate speech that she gave recently, which led to wide-scale rioting, death and destruction in Delhi, all of it will be investigation.
राहुल गांधी ने लगाए हैं कि आपकी पार्टी जो है वो फेसबुक को यूज़ करती है अपनी पॉलिटिकल एडवांटेज के लिए।
ये स्टैंडिंग कमेटी कांग्रेस का कोई पार्टी तो है नहीं, या कांग्रेस का सूट ऑफ सूट तो नहीं है कि कोई भी एजेंडा स्टैंडिंग कमेटी में तब तय होता है जबकि कमेटी तय करती है। चेयरमैन को कोई अधिकार नहीं है, चेयरमैन भी उसके एक मेंबर भर है, और केवल कोऑर्डिनेशन करने के लिए केवल उसको आप चेयरमैन कम कह सकते हैं, कन्वीनर ज़्यादा कह सकते हैं, वो कन्वीनर हैं उन चीज़ों के। तो जब मीटिंग में कोई एजेंडा तय नहीं हुआ तो आप कैसे स्टेटमेंट दे दोगे भैया? तो इसीलिए ये जो स्टेटमेंट है बहुत ही दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है, और ये कांग्रेस का एक्सटेंशन नहीं है। मैं भी ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि ये स्टैंडिंग कमेटी जो है वो पार्लियामेंट का एक्सटेंशन है। तो मुझे लगता है कि आज भी जो यूएन की उनकी मानसिकता है, या बाहर इतने दिन तक बाहर रहे हैं, तो वो भारत की डेमोक्रेसी को नहीं समझ पाए। तो मुझे लगता है कि ये केवल आई वॉश है। कांग्रेस के पास कोई एजेंडा नहीं बचा है। फैक्ट ये है कि कांग्रेस पूरी जीर्ण शीर्ण हालत में पार्टी है।
Karti, we've seen this back and forth happen between the BJP and the Congress party vis-a-vis that report in the WSJ, alleging that Facebook was working for a particular party. Even though Facebook maintains that they have maintained neutrality.
See, I do not know why the BJP is getting hot under the collar. It's an article by the Wall Street Journal, and it is worth investigating. Why should the BJP go out of its way to defend Facebook or to debunk the article? I don't understand why Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad had to get so hot under the collar, call Mr. Rahul Gandhi names, and not address the issue. That itself shows that there seems to be something much more than meets the eye, and that they are not very comfortable about the facts coming out.
Your party leadership has now asked for a JPC on this particular issue. The government of the day is pretty unlikely to accept that request.
The government doesn't want any kind of scrutiny. They don't want any kind of oversight. JPC is also necessary because you see, we can't have democracy being undermined by extra constitutional players and transnational players.
Now, Akhidas is also, Akhidas is the person from Facebook who has now put out an FIR, and she is the public policy director of Facebook India, South and Central Asia, where she's filed a complaint with the Delhi police against a number of people who allegedly issued violent threats to her online. Now, she's also said that this is soon after the Wall Street Journal article that has been published, and she's also come out and said that the article has misconstrued a lot of the aspects of the company. And she has come out and said that the article was further published in a mischaracterized and distorted manner in India by various publications and further widely circulated on social media. The Facebook spokesperson officially has come out and said, "We prohibit hate speech and content that incites violence, and we enforce these policies globally without regard to anyone's political position or party affiliation. While we know there is more to do, we are making progress on enforcement and conduct regular audits of our process to ensure fairness and accuracy." Payal Mehta joining us with more. Payal, the BJP has come out and very clearly rubbished all the allegations that have been made, and they have cited that who actually wanted to influence the Indian population using Cambridge Analytica and Facebook back in 2018, 2019 is evident, and it is usually those who have a certain ideological leaning towards the RSS and the BJP who've been targeted by social media and platforms like Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, etc.
Well, of course, you've seen the BJP come out up in arms against the Congress party, clearly saying that the Congress party is nothing but a desperate party, a party which is desperately trying to hold on to whatever little power they've left in the country because they've been rejected by the people. And the attacks on the RSS and the BJP have been a consistent feature, in terms of the line of attack as far as Rahul Gandhi and the other leaders of the Congress are concerned. So that is what they've been saying as well. And as far as the government is concerned, remember, Anand, that several leaders of the Congress party have asked for this to be taken up very seriously, and have asked that this should be taken up with the JPC. That has been vehemently denied by the government of the day, clearly stating that this is not required to be done. And more than anything else, given the fact that Shashi Tharoor wants to raise this particular issue in the parliamentary committee, obviously the other members of the parliamentary committee, we just heard Nishikant Dubey, another member of the committee from Bharatiya Janata Party, say that this is not the extension of the Congress's club. This is the Parliamentary Standing Committee, and all the members have to take the decision together, not Shashi Tharoor, who can make everything binding on the other members. Anand.
Well, thank you for your inputs, Payal. I have to move on. News coming in.